For years, the Canadian $10 bill held the face of Sir John A. Macdonald, Canada's first Prime Minister. After much discussion regarding which Canadian woman should be presented on the $10 bill at the beginning of 2017, the Bank of Canada unveiled that the new $10 bill, to be released in January 2018, would present the face of Viola Desmond. Viola Desmond was an incredibly successful woman. She was born in Halifax, Nova Scotia on July 6, 1914, into an upper-middle-class family of 10 other siblings. Inspired by her parents' determination for success in life, she grew up ambitious. Desmond trained to be a beautician in Montreal, New York, and Atlantic City before she opened up her own beauty school in Halifax and created her own line of beauty products called Sepia. On a business trip one evening to Sydney, Nova Scotia, on November 8, 1946, her car broke down and would not be fixed until the following morning. She then decided to see a movie at the Roseland Theatre in New Glasgow. At the ticket booth, Desmond asked for a downstairs ticket, but was sold a balcony seat. Unaware of this, she went to sit at a downstairs seat and was questioned by the ticket taker inside of the theatre. Confused, Desmond went back to the ticket booth and asked for a downstairs ticket once again. The ticket booth woman replied, "I'm sorry, but I'm not permitted to sell downstairs tickets to you people." Desmond immediately came to the conclusion that she was denied her seat because she was colored. Disturbed by this, Desmond marched back into the theater and sat at a downstairs seat. Several minutes later, the movie theater manager, Henry McNeil, came into the theater to escort Desmond out. As she refused, he proceeded to find a police officer, who then marched into the theater, ordering Desmond to leave. When she denied leaving, he dragged her out of the theater himself, causing her injuries. He pulled her into his police car and took her to jail. The following day, Desmond was brought to court and was charged for violating the Theatres, Cinematographs, and Amusements Act. Nothing was mentioned about racial segregation. The ticket seat prices for upstairs versus downstairs seats differed by only 10 cents. The upstairs seat ticket price included 2 cents of tax, while the downstairs seat ticket price included 3 cents of tax. Since Desmond sat in a downstairs seat, but had only purchased the ticket that included 2 cents of tax, she was charged for not paying the additional 1 cent of tax. At the court case, she was not told of her rights, so she sat silently, listening to what her prosecutor had to say. After the hearing, she paid a fine of $26, $20 for violating the amusement law, and $6 to be paid to the movie theater manager, Henry McNeil. Several days later, after seeing her doctor for the injuries that she received from the police officer when she was dragged out of the theater, she was advised to see a lawyer and to pursue the case. The Nova Scotia Association for the Advancement of Colored People raised funds for Desmond to hire a lawyer. Her lawyer, Frederick Bissett, reviewed Desmond's case and decided to take it to court. Bissett decided to approach the case in the way of making an appeal to reverse her original charge. Unfortunately, it was too late to make an appeal as Desmond was not currently in custody. Several years after this event, Desmond moved out of the province. Desmond's courage and bravery set a platform for other colored citizens to stand up for themselves, eventually leading to the formal ending of segregation in Nova Scotia in 1954. Over the years, Desmond's story became forgotten, but many who had heard it still believe that her experience at the Roseland Theatre that night in New Glasgow was unjust. In 2010, 64 years after the incident, the province of Nova Scotia finally granted Viola Desmond a pardon, acknowledging her poor treatment. While Desmond is still not nationally recognized, placing her face on the $10 bill is a step in the right direction. Desmond's presence on the $10 bill commemorates her acts of bravery and courage in a time when racial inequality was prevalent in Nova Scotia. It is arguable that without Desmond's actions on the night of November 8, 1946, Canada would not have the civil rights it has today.